The heating system prior would cost around £1,600 a month for around 7 months of the year. Since putting in the Halos, their all-electric energy bills have now gone down to around £465 a month, which works out around a saving of £8,000 a year. Hi, my name's Adam Broadbent. I'm the Northern Business Development Manager for Herschel Infrared, and we're here today at St Chad's Church on Toller Lane in Bradford, West Yorkshire, to view the Halo system. So an important thing here at St Chad's, with this building being a Heritage Grade 2 listed building, was that they had a heating system that would not just blend in with the church aesthetically, but would really importantly heat the building. And that is the problem that you have with the majority of these types of buildings. You really struggle to heat the ambient temperature to above 12 to 14 degrees. And in a building this tall, with a surface area as cold as it is, comfortable ambient temperatures just can't be achieved in this space. And that's where the Halo is different, because we're heating the radiant environment. We're heating not just the people, we're heating the surface of the floor, we're heating the pillars, we're heating the pews and chairs, which gives you a much more comfortable temperature. The original heating system consisted of gas and electric, and they struggled to reach comfortable ambient temperatures, even when running the system the night before or early in the morning prior to a Sunday service. It's a well-used building, multiple times a week, as well as Sunday services and big events like funerals, christenings and weddings. So they needed the ability to heat not just the whole building, but to be able to heat smaller working zones within that space as well. So here at St Chad's, as you can see down the centre of the church, they have 2 rows of 4 Halos, 7.8 kilowatts, and then off to the Lady Chapel they have a single 7.8 kilowatt Halo. The Halos in the chancel stretching down the nave to the narthex are controlled in groups of 2. So we have the front zone, which is the chancel, and then we have 3 zones down the nave with the front, the middle and the back. This gives them the ability to zone the nave into separate areas. So again, if it's a smaller service, if it's choir practice, or even a small prayer in the Lady Chapel, it gives the control ability to turn different areas off. And that's what makes the Halo system so efficient. On average, the heating system prior would cost around £1,600 a month for around 7 months of the year, which is your traditional heating season. Since putting in the Halos, their all-electric energy bills have now gone down to around £465 a month, which works out around a saving of £8,000 a year. So we did an exhibition stroke open day around February 2024, which was attended by around 70 churches across the UK. St Chad's were very helpful in opening up the church and obviously running the Halos so that we could get a living, breathing experience of how well they heat the space. It was around 4 degrees Celsius on the day. By the time we left and took temperatures using infrared sensors, the surface temperature of the pews and nave were around 25 degrees Celsius, on a day where the outside temperature was actually 4 degrees. The issue that you can often have with churches is that commercial heaters will not get approved due to faculty and DAC restrictions, and that should be right, because heritage buildings need something that doesn't stand out too much and fits in with the architecture of the building. The Halos work very well in heritage buildings. They're designed to fit in seamlessly. We've really tried to design a product that looks like it's part of the church rather than standing out. When the church was originally constructed, they had pendant suspended light fittings which echo and image the Halos very, very closely, which was another reason why the Halos were perceived in such a good light with the DAC and the diocese. This went a long way to help with the faculty approval of installing these heaters within the church. I first attended site around 2 years ago. I performed a 3D scan of the building, allowing me to survey, scan and measure the whole space using my 3D camera. And that allowed me to put together a proposal document and outline the specific size and numbers of Halos that would be required to heat the space. This helped massively with the DAC and diocese, as they had all the correct information and they had the ability to answer 90% of the questions that were asked by the diocese. After St Chad's received faculty approval, the work began and the heaters were installed within a week. So the Halos here at St Chad's are positioned at 4.2 metres from ground level, which gives them a nice even spread of heat. And with them being paired down the chancel to the narthex in rows of 2, this gives you overlapping fields of infrared, which allows for a more enriched covering space of heated zone. So the halos here at St Chad's are controlled with a custom APX control system. The APX control system was built specifically to the design needs for the church. We could have gone as far as to zone each halo independently, but for the use of the church it made more sense to do that in zones, with the heaters being located in 2 rows of 4. We have the new control system with the halos, which is called InfraSense. This would mean that the direct radiant monitoring of the temperature in the space is actually built into the halos, and rather than an APX control system located on the wall, you would actually have a tablet inside the church, which gives you full controllability and the remote ability to drop into the system using a smart device also. Various routes to funding are available for the Halo system, especially if you are looking at reducing your carbon output or reducing to try and hit the targets set by the Church of England by 2030. Here at St Chad's, it's made a positive impact on their energy bills as well as helping to cut their carbon emissions, and the church is now heated solely with electric only, no fossil fuels. This has helped the church strive towards the targets set by the Church of England as of 2030, with carbon reductions being a very important factor